How you going, people? Man, this is a good one. Even though the guy dies at the end. The police response to this is pretty good. So this is definitely going on earning a donut. A lot of good, you can tell, good sound training. This is Bakersfield Police. I've worked a few cases with them. I've been down there. It's I would call that an active area. So they tend to be maybe a little cowboyish, but they have a lot of crime. So their tactics are usually pretty good. Now, this original officer isn't that good. There's a whole bunch going on here, and most of it good, some of it bad. And I'll point that out, too. Here we go.
How you doing? The reason I stopped you, you don't have a license plate on your car?
Okay, so when a car doesn't have a license plate on it, that's usually a clue. If it doesn't have a temporary, doesn't have registration, it's probably stolen. So, I mean, this should have been escalated a little bit to maybe a possible felony stop for a stolen car a little earlier.
Well, I know I was getting that right now. Like, I was in the process of getting it.
Oh, okay. Do you have the registration for your car?
I don't. I left it at home.
Okay. Do you have...
Okay, so we have no plate and no registration. Clue number 2, this isn't a good thing.
I gotta confirm, like, it's not stolen or anything. Do you have your license on you?
I don't.
No license, no license plate, no registration. This is where the cop missed all the clues. If I was doing this traffic stop, it would automatically be, okay, dude, I need you to step out of the car. He needs to go in cuffs right now until I figure out what's going on. There's too many things. Now, I think this cop drops his guard a little bit because there's a small kid in the car. What you're going to find out in a minute doesn't matter. Okay, cops do that sometimes because there's a kid in the car. We drop our guard and go, oh, they must be family people. This guy shoots and kills and wants to die. He doesn't give a shit about his kid. He runs from the cops and crashes his car. He puts his whole family in danger. Just because somebody has a kid doesn't make them a good people. I just get so tired of parents like, oh my God, it's a parent. They're all freaking great. They're not, you idiots. Not you guys that know me, but the idiots that do the drive-by and come here and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I was actually putting it under my sister's name.
Okay.
So I have no license plate, no registration, no ID, and I put the car in my sister's name.
You have a license?
I got my license suspended.
What's your name?
Yeah, we have to protect his ID. That's our committing crime.
It's on the door. Okay.
Okay, here's where the officer makes a huge mistake. He leaves the guy in the car. I mean, right now, even if you're not a cop, you got to think, man, this car's probably stolen. The guy has no ID, no license, his license suspended. There's no license plate, there's no registration. He put it in his sister's car. I mean, this isn't freaking rocket science. Ray Charles saw this shit coming. This car is freaking stolen. But, so this guy's going to try and get the VIN from the door, which is kind of a bad move. That's why this guy should have been out and been in handcuffs. The VIN is up here in the left windshield where all VINs are. Some of the newer cars do have the VIN on the car, but it's kind of hard to read. It's dirty, and you're putting your head down there to see it. And right with a suspect at your head, he could stab you in the head. He could get you in a headlock. Bad moves on this officer. However, once this officer gets in a fight, he stays in a fight, and he does good. So he earns a donut, even though all these mess-ups I'm pointing out.
Can you write on the back window? 1026, I'll handle tag 578.
So he tells him to roll down the back window, and he lets this guy reach in the back seat.
Okay, well,
Not good.
Are they able to roll it down?
Look at him. He could be reaching for a gun, a knife, pepper spray. Cop standing there. Hands not on the gun. Way too relaxed. This cop starts off bad, but he finishes freaking good. Got a pen and paper in his hands.
Yeah, you guys in? It should be over.
So I can't tell if his hand's on his gun there or on his radio.
Do you have a license there? No.
So by asking her if she has a license, I mean, I can't tell you the number of times that I've pulled people over and their license suspended. And instead of towing a car and arresting them or taking them to jail or writing them a ticket, it's just like, if somebody else has a license in the car, you drive. And to be honest, if nobody has a license in the car, I've let them go and went, you know what, I got better things to do than worry about freaking no license. 90% of the people I stop don't have a freaking license. So I would just tell them, hey, you can't drive in front of me, let me leave. But if you get stopped again, they're going to tow the car, arrest you. It's up to you. And I would just leave them. So it's just such we had 3 million people cross the freaking border since Biden's been president. and in Texas, and none of them have a license. And do you think none of them's driving? Well, that's because you're an idiot.
Do you know where the VIN is out here?
Okay, if you're asking a guy with no license, no registration, suspended license, and nothing on a car, if you're asking him where the VIN's at, that's a big freaking problem, dude. You're the freaking cop. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yes. Right.
So I'll bend down with my head in the suspect's lap and start trying to write and read the small print on a VIN sticker. Are you kidding me? Rick, it sounds like you don't like this guy. This guy finishes like a champ. He's on my team. I just got to give him some training on the initial part.
No, it's not even right. It's tires.
So for you people that aren't a cop, what do you think the odds are that this guy runs off or drives off once the cop figures out this car is stolen? Just for the people that aren't a cop. Most of you are going to think that, right?
Should be right. I got it.
So writing things down, both hands are occupied. You're in front of the suspect. Very easy for him to shoot him. The reason why they always tell cops to stand by the back door is the suspect has to turn around and spin the gun around in order to shoot you. That gives you time. That gives you reaction time. That gives you the ability to move back and get behind the car. Standing in this position is the absolute worst 100% way to get your ass shot easy by somebody. Bad, bad tactics.
Yeah, his mother's coming.
Okay. Okay. His mom's coming?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can't let you drive without a license.
Okay.
But if you could give them a call to come, or else like I have to tow the car if you don't have a license.
So some agencies have a policy that if there's not a licensed driver there, you have to tow the car. So by him telling him, hey, call somebody, have him come, I mean, the cop's being pretty cool. He's not being a jerk, but he's way too relaxed. This freaking car has "I'm freaking stolen" written all over it.
I don't want to tow your car for 30 days. You have a baby back here, you know. All right, well, I'll be right back, okay?
Vehicle and identifying information. The name and birth date provided to the officer
vehicle was stolen. Shocking.
Driver! Driver! Roll down the window!
Okay, so this guy escalated this here. I would not have done this. The car's stolen. He's in there. He thinks you're running. I wouldn't have said a damn word till I got more units there. This is another rookie bad move. Why would you tip him off before you have backup? Sit in your car, get your gun out. Many times I've sat in my car with my gun on my lap in case something went down and just waited for the cavalry. This is a bad move on his part. You don't challenge and start trying to escalate and trying to control a situation by yourself when you could do it and just wait for more officers. Another bad move. But I really like this guy.
Turn off the vehicle!
Okay, raise your hand if you think this guy's going to run. If your hand's up, you are absolutely right. And there he goes. Shocking. Holy shit.
3 Metro 1 failure to yield.
Okay, so what you see here is like this temporary chaos when you get in a car. And I've experienced this I don't know how many times. It sucks. But when you're not ready for it and you don't know, you got to get your siren on. You got to get it out on a radio. You got to make sure your radio is not on PA like I think his is, and it's going out front, and then you call it in, your PA's on. So I don't like switching a whole bunch of shit in my cars and doing all that because then you have to switch it back. So he's trying to ride, follow, get it out, etc. And he doesn't do that great of a job on getting a suspect description out.
3 3 Metro 1, failure to yield.
So he had feedback. You heard that repeat. His handset was turned on loud when he tried to transmit in car. Happens a lot. You have to get in the habit of turning down your radio every time you get in a car and turning it up every time you get out. And if you don't turn it down, you get this feedback when you key your car radio. And that's what he's experiencing, and then dispatch can't hear you. Please turn down his radio now.
We're going to be southbound MLK, approaching Texas.
He sounds a little jacked up. He's a little excited, but he's getting out information.
These are going to be 50, no traffic, no peds.
No traffic, no peds means there's no pedestrian traffic, and there's not any other vehicle traffic. So they obviously have to give out that information when they're chasing somebody. He should have put out, units be advised, there is a female and a small child in the car. That's important. As a sergeant, I might have canceled the pursuit. It's a stolen car. I'm not going to risk the kid getting in a crash. There's been no violence. He just ran off. Screw it. Terminate it. It's not worth the kid's life. The kid didn't do anything. And we're going to end up paying the medical bills for the mom and the kid and the son in the front seat. But he left out that information.
3 Metro 1, we're still southbound MLK. Approaching Brundage. 901T, 901T, Brundage.
Okay, 901T, I'm pretty sure is a traffic accident, meaning he crashed. Oh, they did put vehicle collision right here. So, they're using the 9 series. Some units use 9 series. Sacramento used 9. Sac Sheriff used 10. I mean, it depends on what agency you work for. Or maybe it was reversed. I can't remember. But anyway, some units use 10s or 9 series. 901 is a crash. I think 1058 might be a crash, or 1158, something. I can't remember.
Brundage and MLK.
901T, Brundage and MLK, traffic is started with.
Okay, so here's where the guy gets on my team. Okay, I've been cracking on him pretty hard. Here's where he gets on my team. He gets his car and he gets in a gunfight, and it's on like Donkey Kong. He don't give up. He chases this dude down like a mad dog, and I love it. So the guy shoots at him. He shoots back. Got some brass falling.
998, 998.
So this may not be the same guy. Did they switch cameras on me? Is this a different guy? Maybe maybe this is a different guy, because this unit looks like he TC'd him. I don't know if he crashed him or not. Here's your suspect running away. So if this is a different guy, then the other guy's an idiot. Whatever. This guy right here, whoever's shooting, he's on my team, because he's on it. Once he gets this guy in his sights, he ain't giving up.
Hey! Come here!
So running by a car that's uncleared is normally not tactically sound. You hope the unit that crashed into him is covering the car and taking care of the car and has him at gunpoint. This guy runs by the car. Normally, I would say that's not a good move because you get shot. He ran right by it. But if he knows that he's the one in the car and he knew the women, then he knows what's in the car. He didn't see him a threat. It's still not good to run by uncleared vehicles or cars, houses, doors, whatever.
Come here!
Okay, I'm coming.
3 Metro 1, 998. We're going to be running.
Okay, so he gets running, and then the guy raises the gun or something, so he has to go to shooting. So this guy doesn't give real good directions when he's chasing this guy. But he don't get off this guy. This guy's shooting him, he's shooting him. It's like, oh, hell no. You shoot at me. I always said that. You shoot at me, it is freaking on. There ain't no freaking bullshit about, let's talk about this shit. And this guy does not back off this dude.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
It's a really long shot with a pistol. It's a long shot if you're standing still and not out of breath with a stationary target on a range. It's a long shot. Running, out of breath, jacked up with a guy shooting at you, the odds of him hitting him is slim to none and slim left town.
Down! Put the gun down! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Come here! 3 Metro 1, he's running. Southbound.
Again, and I've done this. I'm cracking on this dude for doing it. Sometimes it just happens. You just get, you're trying to get it out, but you can't. So he's saying southbound. He doesn't give the road. He doesn't say he's under the bridge. He doesn't say he's about to cross the next cross street. That's nitpicking, but that's helpful when you have units responding.
Drop the gun! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air! Put your
Tell my mom I love her. I ain't telling her shit. Drop the freaking gun.
hands in the air! Put your 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 hands in the air! Put your... Don't do it, man! Don't do it!
So I'm thinking he put the gun to his head, and he's telling him don't do it. That's where I lose my sensitive points. I'd be like, whatever, dude. You can shoot yourself. Don't shoot at me. I don't give a shit. Quit talking about it. Get down to business.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air!
All right.
Let me see your hands! Stop! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air!
So we still have no update on which way he's running. Nobody still knows what the suspect looks like or what he's wearing. Responding units don't know what they're looking for or where these guys are at. So this is kind of a problem, but look, you've got to deal with the problem. And the problem right now is this guy's got a gun on you. So that's your main concern. It would be nice to get all that other information out, but he's in the middle and he's a little tunnel vision, but he doesn't back off this dude and he stays with him. Even though he's got no cover or whatever, he's not backing down and going to fix his ponytail and say I broke a nail and hiding, crying.
3 Metro, and he's still southbound. He's armed with a firearm. He's running in the middle of the street.
We still don't know what street, what intersection, or what. We know he's running, and he's southbound. And he's got a gun. We don't know what he looks like or what he's wearing.
He has a firearm in his right hand. Let me see your hands.
Now look, this is a chaotic scene. This guy's jacked up. He's freaking taking fire. He's firing back. He's running. He's out of breath. He's been in fight or flight for a while. It may sound like I'm picking on him. Like I said, he's earning a donut. He stays in a fight. Okay, so some other unit sees the cop running, which is what he's supposed to do. This is where I like this agency's tactical ability to stay tactical and smart. Someone else sees him running, and he puts out description and direction, etc. So the guy running, this guy who's chasing him, still hears this, which is good. Because it breaks down and it keeps him thinking instead of going into panic and fight mode. There's a description we wanted.
Hey!
Okay, so I don't know if he gets in this car or next to this car, but there's somebody in this car. This dude's an idiot. You see cops running and yelling with a gun, you should be backing away and creating distance and hauling ass. They end up using this car for cover with this idiot inside the whole time.
Stop! Get out the car!
Okay, get out of the car leads me to believe he got in this car.
Get out of this car!
So this person, man or female, I can't tell. Maybe this is the guy getting the passenger seat. This person's arms here. You are sitting, this is not a good position, people.
Put your hands up!
Okay, so now the suspect is moving away from the car, and he's going here.
Put your hands up!
Who thinks this person is safe? Who thinks this person should stay here and parked and watch? Get out her phone. So we have another unit show up with 2 officers. Rounds exchanged again. This guy's using the car with the woman inside that didn't leave, or man, I don't know.
Drop the gun! Get on the ground! Drop the gun!
So these 2 male meat eaters are on it. They are on him, and I'm okay with these guys' tactics. Best they can do.
Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop the
I would probably crack on him if they shot now, but if he's still holding a gun and he shot at him, I think they're justified to pump some rounds into him right now. He's holding a gun. He's endangering everybody in his parking lot. He's a danger. He can get up. He could shoot. He might get a lucky shot. He might hit an innocent person. I would probably be okay if they took him out right now with some rounds. But they don't.
Subject still armed.
Drop the gun!
Subject still armed.
Drop it!
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
So you notice the two officers right here with their shadows are doing a good side. They're being one's behind the other, but they're still offset.
Drop the gun!
Last known location.
Drop the gun!
We're at the PS4 here.
Drop the gun!
So remember, this guy's been chasing him for a long, long time. He's getting tremors. He's coming down. He got his initial adrenaline pump. Now it's kind of going back down. This guy's going through a lot of physical things in his body right now. Sweating, dry mouth, maybe a little dizziness.
Drop the gun!
So he's yelling, "Kill me!"
Drop the gun!
Drop the gun!
The subject has the firearm to his head.
Drop the...
So he's got a firearm to his head, according to one of the units. Like I said, he's still moving around with a gun after he shot at me. I'm okay if these guys shoot him now. I know I'm going to get some heat here. I think cops shoot too fast and too easy 90% of the time. In this case, I think they would have been okay, but I think they used good judgment during this whole incident.
Drop it!
417 1097.
You can tell a little bit of his arm getting tense and flexing here. I don't know if you saw that. Watch this arm.
Drop it!
417
A
1097.
little bit of a tremor. He's got to relax. He keeps dropping, going back up. Your arms get very tired. That gun gets very, very heavy. He's been running and holding that gun
Drop
for
the
a long
gun!
time. Alright, so I can't forget how long he said here. Just kill me. Just kill me.
Drop the gun!
They call for less lethal. I really like when the other units get here, so I want to get to the other units.
Drop it!
Drop the gun!
This guy's arms got it, man. That freaking gun feels like a 50-pound weight after about 5 minutes of holding up. This guy's been running and chasing for a while. Okay, so here's where the other units, here's where I think these guys really show their tactical savvy to where they've handled shit. There's a couple things that they do a little bit here. They've got a car. They've got a couple long guns on him. This guy, I'm not sure, is in a great spot. He's got to shoot in between this door jamb without missing, which, when shots are fired, is not a good place to be. He should probably be next to this guy or on the other side of the car. You got a female behind the car kind of hiding with her gun
Someone's
out.
in his wife's position. Someone's in her driver's seat.
So he does get out the information, someone in the driver's seat. The sergeant takes up a position in the middle and actually takes control and starts directing things. He has officers put their guns away. He starts directing what to do. He tells everybody to take a breath. Very, very what I would call good command and control of getting cops to calm down. This is a highly volatile, rapidly evolving situation, and sometimes you just need to, all right, it's kind of stabilized. Let's everybody take a breath. And these guys do a really good job.
The car's at the intersection. I'm looking.
Okay, so again, I'm not real happy with this guy's position here. He's got to shoot through this gap. The odds of him hitting the glass, the door flame, and shattering shit into these guys' eyes, very bad position. I don't like people with guns behind me. Especially don't like women with guns behind me. But I don't even like other cops behind me with guns. These two guys are good here. This guy's a little ineffective to me.
Madrono, stay where you're at. Do not.
Okay, the sergeant does not have his gun out. Some people may say that's bad. I don't know if I would leave my gun in because I'm just kind of, I feel better with my gun out in my hand if the shooting starts. But this sergeant has got so many people that are armed, he's going to leave his gun in his holster. This guy has his gun hanging down by side of his hand. That's kind of where I would probably be right now. This guy's on point. You got two other long guns on point. How many guns do you need pointing at a guy? And a woman's always in the back making sure that the rear is safe.
Take cover. All right, you guys.
Okay, so here's where he says, everybody take a breath. Read down here at the bottom.
The firearm is down right now. Let's take a breath.
Good move on his part. You have to come. You have to have somebody there who's been around for a while to say, look, we're jacked up. He just shot at us. Let's not get this out of hand. This guy's got his gun down. He's probably been here or done that before. He's okay. These guys are on point. Sergeant's gun's in here, and he's telling everybody to take a breath. Really good command and control on, hey, I'm in charge. I'm letting you guys know, calm down, listen. This isn't freaking gunfight at OK Corral where everybody gets to mag dump and we shoot 500 rounds into a guy. Okay? Good job on these guys.
Madrid, watch the cover of your muzzle.
He starts saying cover your muzzle. He starts reinforcing basic things because sometimes when you get tunnel vision, you lose that. So he starts, hey, and these guys will list. Some of the guys are like, shut up, Sarge. I know what I'm doing. Shut. It doesn't matter. It's good that he's doing this.
Come on, man. Put the firearm down. We do not want to hurt you.
Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably 12 and 14 cops here.
Put the firearm down. We do not want.
This guy coming in from the background, I think is a corporal, and he starts telling people to put their guns away. Again, good move on these guys' part. That this is how you stop things from getting out of control and you don't look like freaking idiots when you have 50 cops firing mag dumps on one dude. So these guys get kudos. Hopefully Bakersfield sees this because they did a freaking good job on de-escalating and calming the cops down. You notice guns are now going in a holster.
Want to hurt you.
This guy comes in, put your gun away.
Put the firearm down.
He tells him, put his gun away. Now guns are in a holster. We don't have 15 people with guns out. Don't need it.
We're all hands on.
Now they start planning. Who's going to go hands on? Let's go up and get it. I think in a minute, one of the officers says, tell all the other units to downgrade because you still got cops driving like maniacs. Come in code 3. It's shots fired. Nobody's gone code 4 yet. Code 4 means everything's okay. So this is still an ongoing thing. Cops are hauling ass getting here. And it takes a sergeant usually to say, hey, downgrade units, shut down all units coming. We have enough. That normally what happens when you get enough officers if you've got good tactical people there.
My car's that he's calling when I wasn't able to be on park.
Stand to your right. You push up.
The sergeant sees this guy is too far back. He's going to hit the door well. He moves him forward. Good command and control on these guys. They just said on the radio, tell all units to shut down code. Good. We don't need people endangering the public. We've got it.
All remaining units do not shut down code.
You've got a few long guns on point. You got a bunch of guys back here getting their gloves on, ready to go hands on. Like I said, these guys do a really good job.
Come on, brother. Put the firearm down.
I don't know if I'm talking brother and shit. Whatever. Shoot yourself or shoot us. Let's get this on. But whatever. That's my insensitive.
We do not want to hurt you.
If you shoot at me, I'm going to hurt you. Actually,
Everything's
I'm
going to be
gonna
all
stop
right, man. I need you to put that gun down. You guys, we cannot let him make it into that store. He's already...
Not that I would ever promote violence or encourage violence, but sometimes violence is the only answer. Ask government. That's their only answer.
Shot at us, correct?
He shot at me, sir.
Huh?
He shot at me.
All right, we already have a 998 on an officer. Do not let him get into that store. We cannot have a hostage situation.
Okay, this is where I don't agree. He didn't make this clear. Do not let him go. What do you mean? You want us to shoot him if he goes to the store? Is that the standing order? I'm not sure I'm shooting a guy because he's going to the store. You can, but I've got to justify to me that I think he's in danger to someone else. You can't tell me to shoot somebody because he goes in a store. What he should have said is, hey, if he gets in that store, he's a danger to innocent bystanders. Let's not let him get in a store. If he wants to shoot him for going to the store, he can do that, but he can't tell other people to shoot him if he goes to the store. Nobody gets to tell you when to use deadly force. You have to justify it. Your decision. You need to make that call.
For approximately 5 minutes, Officer
Okay, so they
Whelan's
try to
via
get
his
him, and
store
I think he ends up
surveillance
pointing
were
a gun
raising
at him,
suspect.
and then they shoot him. Right here, he does a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then he points the gun at him, and they stop the video because of all the shots fired. You can see a couple of the ricochets when all the cops fire. He wants to die. He says, "Kill me," points a gun at him, and shots are
Officers
fired. And he dies. Good job, Bakersfield. I think you guys did a pretty good job. I'm sure I'll have my cop haters coming here telling me, "Man, you're blue line, you're sucking their dick," whatever. I'm just telling you, I just call it like I see it. Most of the times I'm pretty hard on cops. This is a good training video on good things to do, and at the first part on bad things to do when you're dealing with a stolen vehicle. All right, we'll end that there. Y'all have a good one. Earning a donut.